What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? So we back again for another episode review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, this is season 15, episode 14, Wreck-It Ralph. Y'all know, have I ever seen that movie before? I think I've seen bits and pieces of that movie. Anyway, but we get into it, and the first real scene that we see is with Drew. Drew and her sister Allison, they're looking into this property because it's like a retreat or whatever. And so she's trying to get this retreat to get together, and I guess to bring all the people together so that they can work on their mental health. And you know, I will say this, and I probably said it in other shows, or I should say other videos or whatever. I do appreciate the fact that mental health amongst especially black people on these black reality shows are being, or I should say is being talked about a lot more, because it was a stigma and it was kind of taboo. Y'all already know a few years ago not to bring it up and to just push stuff under the rug and to try to make it seem like it's not there. But now people are really addressing it, because you know, just about everybody got something going on. Even if you think that you don't, it's probably an issue and it's probably a problem, and you probably didn't even realize that that's what was going on. So, you know, it was very telling what Drew said in her confessional, though. Allison said, what she said, when Allison went through her divorce, that's what brought on her mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? That's what caused her mental health issues to come to the forefront, the breakdown and all of that. So Drew is like, hearing that, it's just making me want to make sure my mental health is going okay as I move forward. And I was just sitting here like, foreshadowing. But all right, baby, when they told them, it ain't gonna be no alcohol, she was like, what? I said, well, technically speaking, that makes sense. If we're trying to clear our minds or whatever, and we're trying to be on a good foot, and we're trying to be, you know, in a positive place, we don't need no alcohol, because every time alcohol comes through, you know, it's just okay. So they gonna do that. Meanwhile, you get this other scene with Ralph and Drew where, you know, they on a date night and they're going bowling, and she's talking about how everything is coming together. She's been busy with the music, busy with the movie. That whole thing just got approved. And then, you know, the fact that they've been going to counseling, at least she's been going to counseling, he hasn't been going, because after talking to Dr. Ken, and Dr. Ken was basically trying to get him to hold himself accountable for some of the things that's going on in their marriage, he basically backed off. He's one of those people where I don't need you to tell me what I'm doing. And he even said, when you go to counseling or whatever, all it is just bringing up topics, but we're not doing nothing about it. And I'm sitting here like, Ralph, to bring up the topics, as you say, bring up the issues, bring it out, and then you figure out a plan as to how to get it resolved and what you need to do. It's up to you to put forth that action and to put forth that effort to try to resolve those issues and to get it back to a better place with you, yourself, with your wife, with your family, whatever you're going for, okay? And and that's one of the excuses that a lot of people, well, you know, I don't need it because listen, if I just do this or whatever, I'm fine. I've been doing great, you know, ever since I ain't had this and all this stuff. And I said, obviously not, because look at what's going on, okay? Look at what's going on. I'm just sitting here like, So now I guess this is just going to be the episode that's just going to tell us that, you know, this is what's leading up to Ralph and Drew filing for divorce on each other. Anyway, then we get the little scene with Sanya being happy about the fact that Ross gave her a Rolex. And then, you know, she was making it seem like she had some stuff for him to look at in the folder. And then once he opened up the folder, because at first I thought he had brought her that just because he had already found out that she was pregnant. And no, it was just because. And I said, all right, Mr. Ross. Ross is a good man, okay? Ross is a good man. Do you realize out of all the husbands, he ain't really been in nothing, okay? After that little debacle last season when he told them to shut up talking to his wife, I was mad at that. But, you know, after that, this whole season, Ross ain't said nothing, okay? He barely been there. Ross has been working. That is a man, all right? I said, you know what, Mr. Ross, you are all right with me. found out, first of all, y'all, so these little pissy pregnancy tests that y'all be having, I mean, well, he be all up in it, so it don't matter. They pregnant. And, you know, they go downstairs and show the family with the little sweatshirts on that says we're pregnant. It took the mama 15 minutes to figure it out while everybody else then rejoiced and came on down from the hive realizing that they're pregnant. Yeah. Okay. And then the sister said, but yeah, we finna find an apartment. Sis said, that's cute for you, but we still finna get up out of here. Sanya like, damn, I really wasn't thinking trying to get them out the house now that we got another baby on the way. I said, yeah, you gonna have to go ahead and go outside your family and let them live their life and you figure out your own household. That's just what it is. So they continue this conversation, right? And Drew is basically like, you know, we are in a relationship together, okay? And if we want to get better, we need to work on each other together. All right, I can't be the only one putting in the work. I'm not here to force you to do stuff because I'm not about to mother you. You're your own person. But, you know, we want this. We're married, so we should want this to work, right? Girl, and at this point, that's when Drew was like, okay, well, and I also need to let you know, since the music stuff is going on, the movie thing, let you know that I did get it and I will be gone for like 10 days to film it. And so that means that you're going to have to be around and making sure everything is cool in the household and all that and watching the kids. Ralph is sitting there looking like, girl, what? I said, them your kids though. I don't understand how come y'all get married, y'all had kids, and then expect, baby, like, unless you want your wife to stay at home all the time, just marry somebody that just want to be a homemaker and that want to be a stay-at-home mother. Because to get the way that he got, and I understand that, you know, they both work, but he instantly shut that down. And I can tell that Drew probably would, at the drop of a dime, push her schedule back or whatever to do whatever she needs to do to watch the kids as Ralph is gone, or set up something to watch the kids while he's gone and she could still work at the same time. Meanwhile, when she mentioned that she gonna be gone for 10 days and can he handle it and get everything in control and the household and all that stuff, he like, I mean, I don't know, because I also got to work as well, and I'm always gone too, you know, now that you booking busy. And it was just the way that he said it was like, well, now that you're finally working, it's that an inconvenience to me because I'm working too. I may not be booked, but I'm busy. I said, excuse me, because he said, now that you're booked and busy. It was very condescending the way he said it to me. And then he said, well, I'm busy too, as if you can't set aside time to, you know, take care of your kids and take care of the household. It's a lot of single parents that be out here, single fathers, single mothers or whatever. They be busy as well, but they find time and they find a way, they make a way to take care of their kids without complaining and make arrangements or something like that. I just didn't like the fact that he had to throw that in there to, it almost was like he was throwing a little monkey wrench and kind of like downgrading or whatever what Drew is doing. You know, I was just like, ugh, you know, and I'm just sitting here like, see, this is what they try to set it up for. They try to make it seem like they really, really have issues. And at this point, besides the stuff that we done seen in the first couple of seasons of how Ralph has been gaslighting her, talks down to her, 9 out of 10 cheating on her, what else is there like that really catapulted this to this divorce, you know? And I hope they be honest, because right about now it's not showing me honesty 100% as to where it's at. I mean, maybe because we haven't got there, but I heard that the last episode is on the 27th of this month. Mind you, this is episode 14, so this is a short season. What? Anyway, because, you know, girl, we used to like 20 plus episodes a season. Nowadays, you just be lucky if you get 15, okay? But, you know, there's that. And he talk about something because, you know, I want to be like Barack and Obama. I said, that is exactly why y'all married, okay? Drew said that, you know, South Africa, she ain't never been to Africa, but she been to South Africa. And now he said Barack and Obama. I said, now which one is it, baby? Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, or what other Obama you talking about? Which girl? I said, you know what? That is exactly why y'all together. Meanwhile, you get Kenya. She's finna host the girls, meaning Candy and Shamia. Good to see Shamia. Girl, I know y'all saw them at the Renaissance tour this past weekend. Baby, let me tell you something. Friday and Saturday, y'all did that. Atlanta. Let me just tell you, that mute challenge, y'all got it. Because I just don't understand how come it took this long, this far into the tour. Baby, the tour about to be over with in a couple of months, okay? And it took this far into the tour for y'all to get the point to shut the fuck up when she says, everybody on mute. Big energy. That's when you supposed to start talking, right? Girl, Atlanta said that we gonna do it. And y'all did it twice in a row. I said that tomorrow when y'all had a little tour tomorrow, y'all better not mess it up. Let it be a 3-parter, okay? Y'all better shut it up. I better be able to hear a pin drop like, boop, who did that? Okay? That's what it better do. But y'all was going in, and I ain't understand it. Kenya was up there with Candy and Shamia now. Baby, Candy was up there with everybody. For somebody that's stylish, she was showing enough hanging with the stars and on Beyonce family. So, hey, it is what it is. You know, they got history anyway. The right people need to know Candy. They need to know Candy. They know her. So, you know, ain't no sweat off of that. But Kenya was up there doing her little, was it formation? Or what? Or was it diva? Which one was it? Either way, she was doing her little. I said, girl, do the other side. Do the other side. I said, first of all, now, Kenya, I ain't even gonna come down on you because I don't understand why people was coming down. Because listen, we was all having a good time at the tour. But at the same time, I said, baby, if we gonna do some choreography, we gonna have to do the right choreography. You gonna have to get on beat. But she was having fun, so I ain't had no problem with it. That was hilarious, though. Okay? That was hilarious. Anyway, so she up here talking to them and basically talking about some, you know, that was a little cute scene when she said she was trying to get baby Brooklyn the napkins to put, the cloth napkins to put up in her lap. And then baby Brooklyn was like, yeah, I do it, but sometimes the teacher don't let me do it. I said, oh, teacher, you finna get in trouble because school has already started back. Y'all, I know y'all parents is, I know y'all happy. Y'all happy y'all kids back in school or about to be. I know y'all are. It's understandable. Get out of my face. That's what y'all like. Go ahead, get the bus because I'm not taking it. Okay, get it, get up. It's time to go. But she want to have more kids and she thinking about doing it with Mark's. Now, explain this. Now, is it that she just wants her kids to all have the same father, or did she put in something? Because I seen somebody say something about legally she made a contract or whatever when they got together that those embryos would be half hers, half his. So, you know, he could be the only one that fertilized. I don't know. Either way, I feel like if that's the case, she probably should have did that. You know, but I understand wanting to have the same. It's giving very much Khloe Kardashian with that. I want to have the same baby daddy or whatever. Baby, what if you get into another relationship and you get married and your husband want to have some kids or whatever, so you're going to have to go through Mark or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Somebody please explain that to me in the comments, and I'm being for real because I'm trying to understand, because I wouldn't want to have kids again with Mark. Mark is just an a-hole and putting her through the ringer, and it's just too much, and I'm just like, I would want to deal with him as less as possible, you know, and it makes me feel like maybe you don't really want him out your life the way that you're trying to perceive it to be. But, you know, she want to do the surrogate route, and it is her best option to do the surrogate route. And, you know, of course, you got two people that was there that did the surrogate routes. And mind you, I did not know Shamia and Candy shared the same surrogate, you know. And so, you know, she was like, because some people may think of you doing it for a vanity reason or whatever. And I said, you do have some people that's out here that don't want to mess up their bodies and all that stuff or put their bodies through that trauma. But there are legitimate reasons as to why some women will go the surrogate route, because it's literally for their health, okay? Kenya damn near almost died during her first pregnancy, and plus she's older and she has a lot more health issues that's, you know, underneath the surface. So yeah, that's a safer option for her. And so I'm just sitting here like, girl, all right now. Surrogate with Mark. Girl, I wouldn't do it. So we see Sheree at the groomer. So her original groomer wasn't able to take in her dog Gotti. Baby, I ain't know nothing about no Gotti. Y'all black folks love that name Gotti, okay? Truth be told, them, you saw how Gotti, what is his name? Gotti the third or whatever, his daughter who was fighting, I think, Floyd Mayweather. And when, you know, he was calling, she called the black people animals and stuff, whatever. So there's that. I just want to throw that up in there. Because I, too, at one point was fascinated with the whole thing. But anyway, you know, I said, that's a big-ass dog, Sheree. Where have you been having a dog? And she was like, you know, Gotti is such a good partner. You know, I have such a good, you know, I had some dogs in my life, but he is such a good partner, just like Martell is a good partner. Mind you, Candy and them was just talking about it to Kenya, about how Sheree had a birthday party or something like that. Candy did not get invited, but they're on good terms. Martell was there. And it was like, she said, you be talking about how I be saying stuff about you or whatever, because listen, at least I'm not going to go behind your back. I'll tell it to you right then and there. But it's your actual friend's friend that you feel like is your friend, like Sanya and them, that's telling everybody that Martell ain't had the money to pay for the rest of your birthday party, was asking people to cash app him $1,500 in total to pay for your stuff. I said, child, I could give you $1,500 right now, all right? That's no problem. You mean to tell me, Martell, you ain't had that on you? Girl. And you talking about that's your partner? He's a good partner to have. Child, please. Putting out revenge porn on his wife, his ex. Can't let her go. You know what I'm saying? But he a good partner, right? All right. He just so happens to call her. And mind you, it is so funny to me how he has never called that girl, that woman, his girlfriend. It's always either my friend girl, or, you know, we're just having fun with each other. Meanwhile, whenever Martell's name pop up on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, the title that they give him is Sheree's boyfriend. I said, child, okay. Guess what? I took him to the grillers today, and he just got, you know, she was like, you know, me and Martell, our business has been, we like been so busy. I said, busy doing what? Cause she about Sheree, girl, I don't know. I said, busy doing what? And then the producers was like, so did he get you anything for your birthday? And she said, yeah, he got me like this, she had to think about it, Alexander McQueen bag. Like, handbag? That's what she said to herself. She was like, bag, handbag. That's what it was. I said, girl, you just gave it away. You brought that yourself, and you literally just said, you know, because I was a little bit shocked, because he don't necessarily buy stuff like that, like expensive stuff. And the way that she kind of said it was like he can't afford it. I don't know, maybe I'm reading into it, but that's how I interpreted that. Girl, she brought that for herself. Martell ain't finna, girl, I will kick his, how dare you buy, I hope you buy your kids some designers before you buy some person that's just your friend girl, you know. But anyway, moving on from that, then we get over here to girl, Sheree still using AOL as her email. Baby, when she said that, I said AOL.com. AOL.com. She was like, yeah, I know, I'm still. And when they put that dial up music sound in the background, when they said that, I like to pass out. Because if you were around when the internet was really trying to get around, and they used to, when you literally had to plug the cable cord or whatever, the phone cord in the back of the computer, or the Ethernet cord into the computer or whatever from the phone and all that stuff. You couldn't use the phone and the internet at the same time. That was back in the day when you get the little trial disc of AOL that came into the mail and give you like a 7-day free trial. Oh, we used to eat them up all the time, okay? Used to eat them up all the time. I'm going to tell you something that I used to do with that. I used to do, when I wasn't home, use the free trial to get on the internet, and then one of the things that we did, we watched some porn. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. Because I wasn't going to do it while she was there, girl. Anyway, moving on from that, some of y'all did the same thing. I'm just being honest with it. I'm just being real, okay? Don't look at me like I'm crazy. Y'all know y'all still fiddling, faddling, doing some stuff on the low yourself. Anyway, so you got that. And people still got AOL email. I be seeing that at work. They got AOL, they got SBCglobal.net, and I seen like Comcast. I said, why, girl, Gmail that or Hotmail that? People still got Yahoo and all that. I said, oh, okay. Okay, moving on. Then we get the table read between for Todd movie. We see Drew and Candy, they meet up and it's a little awkward. Drew is like, I never got an apology from Candy about the whole situation and me kiss LaToya. But you know what? I'm going to just let it go and I'm going to just move on. We're going to do this movie. Girl, Candy said the only reason why I pressed the issue was because the girl lied. And yes, I know Bravo put that video up at the end to try to make it seem like Candy was lying about Drew. But no, because then she did it on her speak on it, and LaToya was very adamant that they did kiss. Okay, so it's evidence out there that LaToya did confirm that they kissed and they did all of that or whatever. And I'm talking about not the speak on it that they did with Cynthia, the new one. I'm talking about from when that season was on. So it's all stupid, and they do the little table read, and you know, I'm sitting here like, all right. So I just want to know, is the Hall Pass movie gonna be on Tubi, a Tubi original? And that ain't even no shade, because I look at, it's a couple of movies on Tubi that's Tubi originals that are actually really good, and they could have been on Netflix, which I don't understand why they wasn't. But hey, it is what it is. So like, is it gonna be on Tubi or is it gonna be on BET Plus? I want to know, because I want to watch it, because I'm gonna review it too. Y'all know. Oh, Lord, I just can't help but be a little shady. But anyway, because listen, I need to laugh. And no, it's not about my family. I said, now, how come you had to say that? This character's so similar that you had to put out that warning, Todd. You done gave it away right then and there. And he said, listen, we finna start filming on Monday. Y'all gotta be on time, and please be on time, because if you late, that's gonna cost me some money. I said, I know that's right. Reiterate that. So it's the day of the retreat, and everybody is showing up and, you know, getting their little juices as they come to the door. You got Cynthia there. Now, Cynthia, girl, you ain't never beaten the allegations with me. You want to click-clack so bad. Okay, you want to click-clack so bad. Baby, you be flirting with everybody that come into your path. I just realized that. You took that opportunity on Candy Speak On It to kiss her, and then you up here talking about, Sheree, you look so good because, you know, at your birthday party, like, girl, I got a crush on you. I said, you know what? That's probably why your relationships don't last, girl. That's probably what it is. You want some, that's it, and it's okay. Admit it. You're 56 years old. I mean, you don't want life to pass you by. Go ahead and experience it so you can get that off your mind, because it's been pushing, girl. It's been pushing. But and I ain't mad at you. Y'all seen girl, 50 Cent. What's her name? Cynthia Bailey Cheekbones. She was on the cover of what is it? Is it Harper Bazaar? Let me see. I don't give a damn. She looked really good. Cynthia Bailey. Girl, what? I don't want to know her net worth, because y'all don't know her net worth. Magazine cover. Oh. Yeah. Harper's Bazaar. Anyway, so she was on there. She looked real cute, real nice, real elegant, all of that. But you know, so they get there. Allison tells them about what the retreat is about. You know, talk about her mental health. Oh, excuse me, and all of that, and what led to it, and you know how anxiety attacks kept on And I understood where Allison was coming from. Because when I was having my anxiety attacks, when I was having my panic attacks, baby, I went to the hospital a couple of times. Y'all know, and I had told y'all about that. I've had my moments of paranoia, like for real, for real. And then I realized that it was anxiety that was happening and all that stuff. I've been good lately. Baby. You know, the medication that they put me on has got me right. All right. But, you know, I'm glad that they talking about it and people are taking it in stride. Now, let me say something. When Ralph showed up before they did the actual retreat, he came in there with Ross, okay? They trying to make it seem like, and I hate the fact that I have to defend him on this one particular aspect of the whole thing, because when he came in there, Ralph came with, or he was standing by Ross, right? Drew was coming up there, and Drew said, "Hey, Tony, what is Ross' real name? Is it Tony?" Sanya and Ross. What is his name? Oh, his name is Aaron. Anyway, this whole time I forgot. Somebody was named Tony, but either way, I think she said, "Hey, Tony," and then she went over there and she beelined and hugged Ralph first. Not Ralph, but Ross first, okay? And at that time, if you go back and you look at the clip, because I've seen that people took this clip and they put it on the internet before the episode came out. It was on the blogs trying to say that Ralph was wrong for what he did. But he was petty. He was petty for the after effect. He was being petty afterwards, okay? Because when he was coming up, he was about to say, if you look at it, he was like, "Hey, Drew." And and he was holding his arms out so he can go up and hug her, but Drew went to Ross. And so he was just standing there with the drink in his hand looking stupid. And so once that finished, that's when he beelined away from her and started talking to everybody else. That's where he was being petty right there. So, you know, it's not that he initially came in and was trying to ignore her, whatever. No, he was about to give her a hug because they haven't seen each other in a minute. And she went to Ross first, you know, so he felt some type of way. He was in his feelings, and all of a sudden, and you even heard him say, "Man, I was about to give her a hug," and she went over there to hug. You know, they put the subtitles up to clear that up, you know, because they was trying to make it seem like, what's going on? He didn't beeline and went to everybody else and curbed her, whatever. I mean, technically speaking, she curbed him first, and he said, "You walked right past me," which technically she did. So I was just like, this is a mess. They do the retreat. They having a little dinner at the table. The girls are in this like meditation room and whatever, and everybody's going through like a little spiritual meditation type of thing, and breathing exercises and stuff. And once they get done, you have some of them in tears. You had Candy, you know, she was crying a little bit too, because, you know, she said she was stressed out with a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. Understandable, you know. That's what it's supposed to do. Meanwhile, the guys outside talking to Ralph about the whole lawsuit stuff, and even Heath was like, "You can't let all these people up in your house. It's like you always having problems with assistants." No shade. And when I heard him say "no shade," I said he probably got 2 white friends and that's it, and everybody else is black, and I'm okay with that. For some reason, I am okay with that. All right. He said "no shade, but you can't just be letting everybody all up in your house." You know what I'm saying? It just seems like you always having a whole bunch of problems with these assistants. I said, assistance for what? That's what we need to know. Y'all don't need assistance, but that's neither here nor there. So they get there, and the ladies are sitting down at the dinner table, and they're just talking and opening up, and glad that they were able to have this retreat to open up about the mental health situation. And then Drew talking about how when they was in Portugal, she had a vulnerable moment and she wasn't ready to open up. That's why she got up and left when she started crying. And then Sheree said, "Yeah, about that. So I didn't know all of that was going on with you. And, you know, you had the court case or whatever. So what was going on with the court case? What's going on with that? Did you win?" I said, "You know what? Sheree has a way of asking stuff and making it seem like she really trying to be sincere, but she really not." But you did ask the question that we did what it out. She did win the case. She won it. Candy had already revealed that on her speak on it like a few weeks ago. So I was just like, all right, Sheree. Sheree be acting so concerned. So you said that, and I'm just like, What's going on? I said, now why bring it up again? Sheree has no self-awareness. So, Sheree asked the question, and, why they show a clip of Drew and her people at the courthouse being interviewed by somebody? Now, let me be honest with y'all. First of all, Drew, y'all called them people. That look like Freddie O and them or whatever. Y'all called them. Just like they said that Sheree had called Freddie O to take them pictures of her and Martell when they was out there in that park when they first got noticed that they was being together, because don't nobody care. Outside of this little girl, don't nobody care enough to be following no damn Sheree around with a camera, okay? And the same thing for Drew. Y'all called Freddie O, which is fine. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Before this was said, this whole situation about this court case was said, but her being sued, I ain't never seen that in the blogs. I don't know what blogs y'all be looking at, but I look at the main blogs. If it ain't on the Shade Room, if it ain't on the Neighborhood Talk, if it ain't on the Jasmine brand, girl, I don't know nothing about it. And I ain't seen it, because I frequent them all the time. I talk so much mess about them, but I still frequent them. There it is. I can be honest, okay? And so I was just like, this is really news? Like, y'all, unless it's just news down there in Atlanta, I just never heard nothing about it, or probably just didn't care to hear anything about it. And then when she said that the verdict is coming the next day or in a couple of days, I'm sitting here like, well, Candy had already put it out there, said that she won it, but at the same time, I'm like, why is it taking so long? And that's exactly what the girl said. They said, what exactly happened? Baby, you had Ralph and Drew out there telling their prospective sides to their people, okay? And basically what it boils down to is they were interviewing people and auditioning people to basically come into their home to be a chef. The chef, she said she came in with the food and the food had hair in it. Baby, I'm not paying you for hair in the food. I'm not paying you for that either, And then she said, well, it was another position where, all right, let's see, we're not going to need your services for the chef, for the food. Let's see if you could be a nanny. She wasn't engaging with the kids or doing anything. She was just sitting there. So that was a turn off, and that was like, your services are no longer needed. And the girl was like, okay, well, y'all owe me $1,000. She said, well, no, because we didn't hire you. This was like an interview process or whatever. I get where the girl coming from. Listen, pay me for my time for being out here, because I cooked the food and all of this stuff or whatever. Pay me for my time. But they said, girl, this wasn't no situation where you was hired to be doing anything. I said, so you had her come out there for free? I don't know. I probably would have did the same thing. But hey, it is what it is. But you didn't engage. See, this is why this is the type of situation where you got to get all the information before you come now. You have to ask, is it going to be a monetary thing? And you need to sign something, because we ain't finna do this back and forth, he say, she say stuff. And we not going to court for no $1,000. Girl, Drew said, so she's talking about it's $1,000. Next thing you know, a year later, the sheriff come up on my door talking about something. The girl want to sue me for $10,000. Candy said, now wait a minute. If first you said 1,000, then you say 10,000. Which one is it? And then they pulled up the documents, and the documents said $1,000. That is what it was. They sued the girl for $1,000. And my whole thing is, you want us to believe you, Drew, that you didn't kiss LaToya when you can't even get your own lies straight? I said, girl, you put that extra zero on there for a little bit of razzle dazzle, okay? I said, child, because they had already was playing you, saying you can't afford $1,000. It's not about the $1,000. It's about other things that was going on. What is the other things? Okay? And so, she was like, okay with them bringing that up, whatever. They did talk about the fact that Sheree had the little birthday party. Because at one point, Cynthia was like, now, I know I ain't been around, but I heard some things about y'all being a little bit divided or whatever. Because Kinky said, yeah, you had your little birthday party and all that. And I wasn't there, but, it is what it is. And then Candy said, yeah, because I wasn't there either. I wasn't invited. Sheree was basically like, well, I didn't think you was going to be able to come, because I thought you was going to be busy or whatever. She was like, no, I wasn't busy. And if you would have invited me, I would have came. I said, ooh, would you really, Candy? Anyway, so you got that going on. I said, Candy, stop now. She probably would have popped up for a good 5 seconds and then left. I probably would have did the same. Like, we back on good footing. Let me show you that, here's a little gift. It ain't gonna be much because we ain't there yet, but here's a little gift. It's a little bit of effort. I'm gonna stay a good 15 minutes. And then Cynthia was like, I mean, it was an impromptu type of thing, last minute at Nobu, real small. But Sheree had said that she had invited people that she known for 30 plus years. And then she said she had Sanya and Courtney and Marital there. And it was like, wait a minute, you ain't know them for no 30 plus years, especially no Sanya, okay? Baby, when Cynthia brought that whole thing up about them being divided, and it was like, yeah, Candy said it's like us three plus Courtney against everybody else. You know, try to get Courtney on Sheree's side. And then they brought up, Marital said that your cousin, Courtney called her cousin-in-law a bitch. And I said, wait a minute, what? Courtney said, hold on. I ain't call her no bitch. So what are you talking about? Drew was looking confused. Everybody was confused. Marlo said, well, I ain't hear it because they asked Marlo, did she say it or whatever. Marital was adamant that she Courtney called Drew a bitch. Baby, they played the tape back because this was the time with the collusion word was thrown out there. And once again, for the second time this episode, I got to come to the defense of somebody that I can't stand with, but I deal with. Courtney didn't call Drew a bitch. She was talking about Sanya. And they gave the whole context of what she was talking about. She was like, no, she said this. No, did she question it? No, listen, because this bitch right here questioned it. She literally pointed to Sanya and she said, this bitch, you know? And I was just like, Marital, if you gonna be the bone collector, if you gonna be the messenger relayer, I'm gonna need you to get it correct so that we won't have to get on these reviews and defend the people that we really don't like, okay? Like, I would have loved it if Courtney would have said, yeah, I called Drew a bitch. I would have been like, see, Rob, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I can't stand. But that wasn't the case. That really wasn't the case. And I said, damn, y'all finna come at Courtney's neck and she ain't even do nothing this time. Shit. Courtney, let me tell you something. You getting a little bit too big in your little britches, okay? I'm gonna need you to calm yourself down. I really don't understand why you, as a friend of the show on your first season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, granted you had a lot of scenes. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I do hope that you come back next season. I may not like you, but you good for TV, okay? Because you good for stirring up some stuff. I can give credit where credit is due. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna need you to stop giving all these interviews and going so hard on people that you truly don't know and you barely interacted with. And girl, I'm sitting here like, now let me tell you something. Ashley ain't always been a fan of Kenya, but I just feel like you just doing all of this stuff and, you know, talking all this mess about that lady because of the simple fact that that lady told you to stay out her goddamn personal space. I feel like that's really what it is, okay? I said, girl. Now, if you would have been on the show longer, I would have been like, yeah, but you just got here. You just got here. We barely seen y'all interact. And I don't even know. Girl, shut up. Calm down. Say something for next season, or you trying to build up your storyline for next season. I see what you're doing. All right. Girl, Drew, at the end of this episode, went and talked to Dr. Ken. Baby, Dr. Ken came in there looking like a shade darker than El DeBarge. I said, wait a minute, you about to hit a note. He was looking just like him. But at the same time, I was like, Dr. Ken, why are you here? I just need y'all to just be real. I can't be no therapist. I can't be no therapist or anything like that because I wouldn't have the patience to listen to y'all stories and listen to y'all issues and be like, but what do you think about this? I'd be like, listen, break up with him, okay? You already know what it is. You don't like that treatment, break up with her, all right? I mean, come on. Love yourself first, okay? Because if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love somebody else? Listen, that sounds like RuPaul. But that's what it is, though. It's real common sense type of stuff, all right? You talking about Ralph. And at this point, I just really didn't get the understanding of this whole therapy session that we were seeing. And because I didn't get nothing from it. All I got from that scene was Ralph and Drew, after the last time we seen them on their little date at the bowling alley, he got in his feelings for whatever reason, and I'm not connecting as to what was the reason that he got into his feelings to the point where he started pulling away, because when we last saw them, they was laughing or whatever. I'm pretty sure that, of course, it's probably something that we didn't see, but from what they showing us, it's confusing me the audience, because I'm like, where was the... You had more conflict the first 2 seasons where we would have understood if you would have said, baby, I'm filing for divorce right here, right now, okay? We definitely would have understood it then. But now I'm like, what exactly happened? I'm really just confused. Maybe it ain't for me to know, but it's like we're missing pieces. And you go from him being disconnected and pulling away to now he's not even sleeping in a room with you no more, to now you trying to feel like what's really going to go on, and you got to love yourself and be all this or whatever. And then for the next week episode, you doing the movie. Girl, you was getting finger bagged like a mug from that girl. I said, all right. To Ralph want to show up just because you doing girl on girl scenes. Like, it's really confusing. Like, what's going on? Anyway, y'all tell me how y'all felt about the episode. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace.